My people, thank you to the recent subscribers and those who are watching. It was deeply rewarding to find out that my channeling of Fiona's Fury had stimulated such interest. And I must confess, I have a horrible job. It's just the pits. I hate doing it. And I'm thinking of stopping completely. And if you believe that, I've told you with a straight face, then I've got a couple of large bridges out there to sell you. One of the joys of this job, and that's only recently started, and I wanted to continue, is I've been approached by some distillers to review their product. And let's get this out of the way at the beginning. If you want your product on this channel, then contact me, and I am more than happy to do reviews of your product. Okay, I prefer a big bottle rather than a small shot bottle, because the big bottle actually gives me more to work with. It's as simple as that. So little shot bottles, just sorry, by the time I spill some around my mouth and that, there's really not enough there to make a informed opinion on. So having said that, today I'm lashing out into a review that this is my second take of it. First time around, didn't meet the standard for me, of possibly, I'm tempted to use the word unique, okay? Because this is the first time I've encountered an Australian dry gin that is insistent on being utterly Aussie in its identity, okay? The gin that I'm about to channel for you is insistent that the only two exotic, as in non-Indigenous Australian ingredients, are the juniper, which is what makes it a gin, and coriander, which is what's going to make it a dry gin. And apart from that, all the other ingredients in this gin are Australian. And this really sets apart. I've had a chat to the distiller, who shall remain nameless because you know who you are. And yes, it was a complete joy to meet you. Because Gindu, and there I've said it, want to mark themselves as being completely Australian. They're not trying to imitate anything that's done overseas. They are people who want to support Indigenous communities and really encourage the use of an Australian identity and Australian Indigenous ingredients in gins. Now, there's a lot of it happening. Okay, I've reviewed half a dozen local gins that have had lemon myrtle in them, and there's been a couple that have had finger lime in them. But Gindu are emphatic. They really want to go into the outback, up into Cape York, up into Arnhem Land, head up into the central deserts around Alice Springs and that, and really source and keep alive the Indigenous knowledge. At least that's what I took away from meeting the guys behind Gindu. Mind you though, I was in the process of sampling their other fantastic products. Now, the other thing I'll say before I really get into this is that when I was given this, there was the insistence that I not drink it at the time. The distillers behind Gindu wanted me to go away and try this by myself and form my own opinion of the gin. And I absolutely love that. There's no meddling. So they want my honest opinion, and I said, look, I'm an Aspie, that's what you get. If you don't want my honest opinion, then you perhaps shouldn't have approached me. So anyway, having established the fact that Gindu is proudly Australian, loudly Australian, and it's very much forwarding an Australian gin identity, let's get into it. It's a dry gin already. I've admitted this is my second try at the gin. And yeah, the nose says it's dry. I can smell the coriander, I can smell the juniper. So I've got the two foreign exotic ingredients up and running. Oh, honey. There is the willful use of pepperberry, which is Genus tasmanica, in it. And that hit me like a slap upside the head. And I can definitely taste the blood lime. And if you really want to be picky, I can actually supply the binomials, the botanical names for these things. Wattle seed, I'm not certain of. Okay. I'm told that it's in there, and I'm not certain of what it does, but okay. And now I'm getting the wattle seed. The wattle seed is adding a certain earthiness to it for me. The aniseed myrtle is not as strong as unlike the star anise in that's another time. I've had a gin recently that had a lot of star anise in it, and aniseed myrtle, Bacchausia anisata, is not as forward with the aniseed as what star anise is. Star anise is that wonderful spice that you'll find in Southeast Asian soups. Certainly my in-laws use it willfully. So, yeah, the Gindu are lining up the ingredients and just pop, 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 pop. I'm tasting juniper, I'm tasting coriander, I'm tasting finger lime, blood lime, I'm tasting aniseed myrtle, saltbush is there, it's quite subtle, the wattle seed is there, and the pepperberry is not subtle at all. It's quite in my face. The other thing that I have found recently is that there is a local form of tonic water up and running, and it's these guys. It's Premium Australian. I think it's Longray. Yeah. Good Days, Longray, whatever. Recognize this. I found it at Dan Murphy's. So basically, what I was told is combine this wonderful stuff with this wonderful tonic water, because Fever Tree, which I've used a fair bit of in the past, has its uses. But if you have a subtle gin, then Fever Tree will just stomp it all over it. It's completely overpowered and make it just, you may as well be drinking out there, drinking something bog ordinary that's produced by the Gigaliter out of England. Okay, if you're going after an Australian gin, and I suggest you do, then this would be the tonic water for you. And I will put the write-up in both the gin and the tonic water in the write-up. Okay, put links in. So, wonderfully mild tonic water for a so far delicious gin that is hitting all the right spots. Okay, the oils are there, but they're not as prominent as what they were in Fiona's Fury, which I reviewed last week. Okay, I'm gonna look straight in the camera and I'm looking at you, the guys who gave me this. I hate you. I hate you. It's a deep, abiding hate. Why do I hate you? Because I could drink this stuff all day, and I know for a fact I can't. This is Gindu's baseline, okay, and this is their baseline. Just keep on doing it, okay? There are other gins of your line that I absolutely intend to appear on this channel. Give another a chance, please, kind sir. Give me large bottles of your other gin and let me review them, please, kind sir. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Call me weird, call me old, call me grey, but this is my second 11 out of 10, and that's the reason why. And I'm looking at you. I hate you. This is wicked. This is good. This is the reason why I do the channel. It's as simple as that. If the rest of my life was as good as what this gin tastes, then, well, hang on, it is. It's just amazingly good drinking. It's a gin that I would, at the end of a day, I just want to chill. You go out, you drink this gin. It is incredibly good drinking. It's embarrassingly good drinking. And that's the reason why it's picked up awards. It's picked up double gold, I think, in 2022. It's picked up a gong last year. And if Gindu, please, and I'm not going to name you because actually, well, yeah, I just won't because I want to be difficult. I want to be artistic. Keep on entering this into awards because I'm certain that you are going to win an entire cabinet full of gongs for gin like this. Just knock yourselves out. I'm going to supply a list of stockists, and certainly the guys at Gindu are going to work ethic because there's a surprising number of stockists for a gin this young. 11 out of 10, the fat kid is getting nowhere near the seesaw. He's taken one look at the playground. He's just passed out. I would not pair it with food. Okay? It's the sort of gin that you really want to go and be social with. Go and pour a good shot of this and go out and have a chat. 11 out of 10, it's just amazingly good drinking. And I know that the other gins produced by Gindu are at least this good. So stay tuned, people. And like I've said at the beginning, if you're a distiller and you want your product on my channel, then please contact me. If you're in Metro Melbourne, I'm happy to come out and pick it up and have a nice long chat with you. The other thing that we will do, I'm going to start doing, is actually going to these distillers who I've met half a dozen of them so far. And by sunshine, I've been a whole lot of collective bumholes. You are all deeply passionate, interesting people. And I really want to put my camera near you guys and let you guys just talk about why you do what you do. I know for a fact that Gindu were travel agents and they got in lockdown. There was nothing they could do. Passionate about their gin and went, okay, screw it, let's do our own. And that's where this came from. And because they were doing tourism into the outback, Australian outback, it came down, okay, we know all these wonderfully Australian botanicals. Let's go and hit them. Let's go and make something uniquely Australian. Something that you're not going to have produced anywhere else in the world because half the stuff, well, it is indigenous. It doesn't go anywhere else. You don't find Bacchausia citrudora or Bacchausia inosata growing in forests in the middle of Austria, for example. Okay, so Gindu, you second, 11 out of 10. Keep on doing what you're doing and keep on entering this stuff into it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to review gin of this quality. And like I say, if you want it reviewed, hit me up. I'm completely not adverse to doing this. But if you sent me a bottle, then kindly do what Gindu did and don't put strings on it. Because if you start saying, oh, I want this, this, and this, then I'm going to say, look, Sunshine, I've got something else to do with my time. If I'm going to channel your gin, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So thank you for your time, and I'll catch you around. And hit that subscribe button. I just need another 5 more people to hit the subscribe button. Down there. Watch it. Watch my finger. Down there. I'll catch you. Have fun. I certainly have.